Once again I welcome you to Chelsea Sports Channel, where I bring you all the latest news from Stamford Bridge and Chelsea FC. Today I have more news coming up. Before we start the video, please subscribe, like, share and feel free to comment. Chelsea have yet seen the real Hakim Ziyech, and Thomas Tookel may help bring out real Hakim Ziyech, that the Moroccon star was a vital component at Chelsea under Frank Lampard but has made just one appearance under Thomas Tookel. It was on Bonfire Night in 2019 that Hakim Ziyech first dazzled Chelsea fans on the Stamford Bridge pitch. The Moroccon star created 3 goals that evening, his wonderful left foot producing several moments of magic. There was only one problem: he was doing it all in an Ajax shirt. Ziyech's brilliance in that pulsating 4-4 Champions League draw between the Dutch club and Chelsea didn't go unnoticed. Frank Lampard was convinced of the 27-year-old's talent and wanted the Blues to sign him in the January transfer window. That didn't happen. Things didn't quite work out as planned after that. Ziyech officially became a Chelsea player on July 1st. That was delayed even further by a knee injury sustained in the short preseason the Blues undertook. Ziyech didn't make his Chelsea bow until the middle of October. 6 months had passed since he had last played competitive football. It didn't take long for Ziyech to get up to speed, however. He quickly became an instrumental part of Lampard's side, the creative hub from which countless Chelsea attacks would begin. Then came another setback. Ziyech suffered a hamstring injury in the win over Leeds that took Chelsea top. When he returned a month later, the Blues were in a tailspin under Lampard, when he couldn't help the Blues legend recover from. It is 2 weeks ago today that Lampard, the man who pushed for Ziyech to be signed, was dismissed by Chelsea. His replacement, Thomas Tookel, was appointed 24 hours later and oversaw his first game in charge the following day. Ziyech started that match. Used as an inside forward of the right, the Morocco international couldn't carve open to the Wolverhampton Wanderers' defense that night. The expectation was, though, he would prove instrumental under Tookel in his favoured role. It is a position where I love to play, without the ball having your responsibility but with the ball being free and trying to find space and trying to play football, Ziyech told Chelsea's website. That is what I like the most. Get between the lines, find space between the lines with the 1 or 2 touches. Especially in that position you have a lot of options because is the defender coming out, yes or no? If he is not coming you can turn around and find the striker or the left winger or the right winger in space. You have a lot of options. Ziyech was rested for Tookel's second game in charge, a 2-0 victory over Burnley at Stamford Bridge. Given the amount of football he had played since returning from injury, it was an understandable call. He was then an unused substitute in the victory over Tottenham, which was a little curious given many of those who started also played against the Clarets. The expectation was that Ziyech would start against Sheffield United 3 days later, his fresh legs potentially crucial in unlocking the blades. Tookel felt differently. It is too early into Tookel's reign at Stamford Bridge to draw hard conclusions, yet his decision to overlook Ziyech in 3 consecutive games is worthy of discussion. The German coach has predominantly deployed Chelsea in 2 systems since taking charge: 3-4-3 and 3-4-1-2. There is a natural home for Ziyech in the first, that inside forward role on the right. It's a little bit more complicated in the second, largely because of the presence of Mason Mount. When Lampard departed, there were many fans who thought, and some even hoped, Mount would no longer be a regular in the side. That he has started 3 of Tookel's 4 games in charge has dispelled any such idea. Mount has quickly adapted to Tookel's methods. His fluidity and intelligence with the ball and energy and intensity without it were always going to make that likely. His versatility is also a major plus point. Against Burnley, the England international started on the right of the attacking 3 but was then moved into a central role in the second half, playing behind Timo Werner and Christian Pulisic. At Tottenham, he was used as a false 9 with Werner and Hudson-Odoi moving into the channels. And in the win over Bramall Lane, he played as a more orthodox number 10, filling the space behind Olivier Giroud and enabling Werner to pull out towards the left channel. With Mason, I can't tell you where his limit is, Tookel said after Chelsea's win against Spurs. I don't want to put a limit to his development. It is obvious he has a lot of potentials. Besides that he's a great footballer, he's a super nice guy, he's eager to learn, he is hungry to win, he is open-minded. He can perform under any manager. This is the best thing, he really means it, he has this internal motivation and he's a very nice guy. Big personality, what more can you wish for? Quite, but that does leave one question, what about Ziyech? The former Ajax star isn't going to play in one of the wing-back roles in Tookel's current system. He doesn't have the defensive acumen for it, and no Chelsea fan would enjoy seeing Ziyech chasing back wingers. It does mean, however, that unless Tookel changes the system, which isn't out of the question, Ziyech is in a direct battle with Mount for that false 9, number 10 role. And that's even before Kai Havertz comes into the equation. Ziyech isn't a man who lacks confidence, though. He will be up for the challenge of dislodging Mount and proving himself to Tookel. Well, listen to the man himself. "You've not seen the real Ziyech yet," he said in an interview with Dutch television channel Ziggo Sport this week. But don't worry, he's on his way. Please subscribe, like, share and feel free to comment. Thanks for watching.